Well, I ran into a little bit of a situation over the weekend, and immediately I think to myself, what's the rest of the show doing? What would they do in this situation? And I didn't really know how you guys would react. Now, this all has to do with a tipping situation.
Oh. We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
Well, that wasn't entirely true. I do know how two of you would have reacted.
Oh.
I think I know how Sky would react. I think I know how Thor would react. Emily's the wild card. I'm not really sure how she would react.
Okay.
So, went to Disneyland over the weekend. We were there for 4th of July through Saturday.
Was it crazy busy? I was thinking about you I felt like either it was going to be dead or it was going to be insane.
No, it was busy. I've been there when it was been busier.
Yeah.
But it was busy. It wasn't crazy. It was just hot.
Yeah.
It was miserably hot.
Was it like 100 at Disneyland?
No, not quite, but still just...
Probably felt like it.
Yeah, it was just hot.
Yeah.
Not great, but whatever.
Okay.
So we went to a sit-down restaurant in California Adventure, and we decided to have dinner there, and we were having dinner. And when the waiter first of all, actually, I pulled an Emily, which I never do this, where we were getting seated somewhere, and it wasn't that I didn't like where we were sitting. You know, like you have issues, like if you don't like the vibe of the seat.
Yeah, I don't like to be too close to the bathroom. I don't like to sit in like a spot that's really, really bright light. Like I don't like to be
right under air conditioning.
Yeah,
or
right under
like
air
that.
conditioning. Like there's lots of different things.
You'll move all over the place. And you have no shame in your game asking.
No, I'll ask multiple times.
I usually don't care. But they were putting us in a table that was directly in the sun. No shade.
That's
And
brutal.
I went, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not
that's
sitting.
tough.
I'm already miserable. I've been at this all fucking day. And I go, no, I need like shade and some air conditioning. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
All right.
And so do not put me in the sun. And so I asked, I go, can we sit somewhere where it's not directly in the sun? Guy gave me attitude, whatever.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was like, oh, okay.
Well,
And
yeah.
walked away.
Would you
and
want
just,
to sit in
and
the
just
sun?
left us there and then came walking back and goes, all right, come over here. I'm like, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks he gave you attitude, but at least he didn't like make you go back and wait more or like something like that.
There was plenty of tables around. I mean,
Oh,
so
was there?
I mean,
then
I would.
why the
yeah, I
attitude,
don't.
bro?
That's how people are. That's
Whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
Put me in the seat I want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I did do that. I pulled an Emily, which,
appreciate
which
that.
was weird.
Good for you.
I don't like doing it,
Hey.
but whatever.
Yeah.
And so in my new seat, I sat down, and as the server approached the table, I kind of overheard him say something to himself. He went like, "Oh, whoa," and he was looking right at me. And I looked down, and I was like, "Oh, he must be talking about my cool shirt." I was
What were
rocking
we
a
wearing today?
Fantastic Four shirt.
Oh.
And I go, he must be like a big fan of
You
Marvel
think?
or something.
He was impressed.
Because I'm in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
know,
sure he's
so-
seen that shirt a couple
Oh,
times
no, this
already.
one's unique, pal. Okay. it was a kick-ass Fantastic Four shirt.
Yeah.
And so I just thought to myself, oh, you like my shirt or something.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. This is kind of off topic, but it's about your shirts. There's a strict like rotation rule that Eddie has, right? You have them, and whatever shirt comes up in the rotation is the shirt that you wear that day.
Yes.
Do you pick out a special shirt for your Disneyland trips?
I have like 4 or 5 Disneyland specific shirts.
Oh.
And which I wore, I believe, on Friday and Saturday. But on Thursday, it was the next shirt when the rotation was a Fantastic Four shirt.
Okay.
And so I just rocked that one.
All right.
And apparently it was unique.
It is very unique. Thor,
Thor is not impressed.
bastard.
Oh, wow.
And so, whatever. So I didn't even think twice about it. I just like, oh, I must like my shirt. Whatever, no big deal. Went through the whole dinner, ordered our food. Guy was super nice. In fact, gave my daughter a free drink because she asked what a mint julep was. They had like non-alcoholic mint juleps, and she kind of was asking him what it was.
Like,
and
what's in there?
he goes, "Do you want a sample?" And she said, "Sure." And so he went back, brought her a full one, and goes, "This is the sample size for you." And we're like, "Oh, that's super nice."
Hooked up.
Super nice. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I was already like, this guy's giving us great service, whatever.
Yeah.
And so at the very end of the meal, he comes to bring our bill, and he sets it down, and he goes, oh, by the way, I'm a huge fan. And I went, oh, he's a P1 at Disneyland?
What?
Yeah.
And he works at Disneyland?
Yeah.
Like, I'll see P1s there, who'll recognize me from time to time, and that makes sense because they're visiting.
Yeah.
But I've never met somebody who works at Disneyland who's a fan of our show.
Yeah,
that's
and
cool.
so I was like, oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
And it happened so quickly, I didn't even really get to, because I would have asked some questions.
All right.
Like, where do you live? Do you live halfway? How do you get our show? Do you listen on the app? Like, I have a million questions.
Yeah.
But it was like, he sat the bill down. He goes, oh, by the way, I'm a big fan. And then just took off. And I was like,
Wow.
thank
bye.
you. Appreciate that.
And then
But-
because you didn't get to talk to him, he's going around everybody the rest of the day going, Shh, met Eddie. That was great. He didn't say hi to me.
Oh.
He tried.
I
did.
No,
I
I
did.
know. I'm just kidding.
And so that's
I'm
what the
just
whole
kidding.
whoa thing was. That when he came up, he recognized me,
Yeah,
I guess, right
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
It wasn't my shirt, which bummed me out.
Oh, Thor, because it was probably just
It
was
a
very
basic
unique. My very unique Fantastic Four shirt.
Probably basic.
And so now it all made sense. I'm like, oh, okay. When he approached us,
Yeah.
was a fan of the show. Great.
Yeah.
Super nice. But now I'm in a real pickle.
What?
Because I thought it was very good service.
Yeah.
Great.
Now, I would probably, I don't even know what my thought process was that I was going to leave, but I was going to leave a little bit more than 20%.
Because of
it
the
was
drink?
just the free drink. That
So-
put me over the top.
So here's where I'm at. If I get great service, like recently I was at Island Prime, and it was the best service I think I ever had.
Oh,
and
that's a
we
statement.
left 25%,
Holy-
which is so wild for me.
Oh, for
I don't do
you?
stuff like that.
5%?
Yeah.
I never do
You were
stuff
feeling
like
it.
that.
You were on
I
a
was
high.
feeling it.
Yeah.
Then we went home and got after it. It was
I
a
was
great
going to
night.
say,
It was
your
a great
wife was
night.
probably tipsy. You knew you
Oh,
were going to
yeah.
be getting some,
Oh,
so you were
yeah.
already hyped up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, plus the service.
Yeah.
Do you regret that high of a tip now?
Immediately after, yes. Yes, immediately
That's
after.
like
yes,
walking
I
out of
regret
the
it.
Yeah, especially
I
on that
immediately
bill.
go, why the fuck did I leave 25%? I was on a high. He was a nice guy, but 25%. But, it is what it is. But this
I mean,
honestly,
did he cut
though,
your steak for you?
he didn't, but he was cracking jokes, and they were good
Oh,
jokes.
you liked it.
Jealous?
I liked it.
Like stand up?
That is not like him.
I know.
I made a Hawk Tua joke at the time, and he followed it up with spit on that thing, and
At
we
a
were
fancy,
laughing.
at a fancy dinner.
I'm
No,
in
at a
pride.
fancy
I don't
dinner.
know if you should.
And I thought that was phenomenal.
Oh, you loved
And my
it.
wife didn't get it for some reason, but
Oh,
me and
God.
him were dying.
Oh, God.
He couldn't have been nicer, this
How
guy.
could that have been brought up?
25%.
Like, where do you?
No, where do you start with that?
So if it's great service like that, where you're getting Hawk Tua jokes,
No, there was
Wait a
definitely
minute.
not.
Not at Disney.
We just got the free
At
drink.
Disney, they
Oh,
were doing
no,
hot
that
jokes.
would be really
With your
crazy.
family?
Spit on
That
that,
would
thing.
be crazy. In front of my kids?
but
yeah, right now.
but 25%, I feel like.
As the Pixar parades walking by?
yeah, there's Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. You
Going
think
Hawk
Mike,
Tua?
is he a
I
Hawk
don't know.
Tua?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. He's got one eye.
Yeah. Oh, the God. So 25% was this incredible best service
That's
ever.
one of the fattest tips I've ever heard.
I don't do
Yeah.
that. I don't do that often.
Yeah.
Now,
No.
and I regret it to this day.
Wait.
Now, his service with the free drink,
Super nice.
So that maybe
It wasn't over the top service. Let's, very nice guy, very
Yeah.
good service.
But no
it wasn't
Hawk Tua.
like there was no Hawk Tuas.
Okay.
There
Oh
was
my
no like over the top checking,
Yeah.
things like that. But again, good service.
No
Good
complaints.
service, yeah.
Super nice with the drink.
Yeah.
And he's a P1.
Yeah.
So so now my dilemma is, well, now that you've announced to me that you're a fan, do I have to go over the top
Oh no.
with a tip?
No.
And so that's
Thor.
where now my dilemma is, and I go, okay, well, now again, you made that joke and comment of like, oh, I met Eddie. If I don't leave an appropriate tip,
Is he really
is
going to
he
think that?
really going to think?
Like I was clearly
oh,
joking.
fuck,
Yeah.
I waited on Eddie today. He left me
yeah.
22%. Like, what the fuck?
But that's
guy?
Sick.
I
I
feel
gave him
like
a free drink even.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
because
Oh.
of the free drink and the fact that he's a P1, maybe I'd go 21%.
21%.
Maybe.
Okay, so
Maybe.
here's the other.
Maybe.
Here's the other scenario.
What do we
Okay.
got?
Is that on bills they tell you what percentage and what you tip
Oh, yeah.
now
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So it went 18. Started with 18%,
Yeah.
The way it is now.
Yep.
20%, and 22%. Those were the three levels of tip that's listed.
Okay.
So I went, okay, that gives me a barometer too. So if I go top barometer, is that cool enough? Or if I have to go over the top because again, he's a fan. Is this the stuff that Brad Pitt deals with?
I don't
bet.
How
doubt
does
it.
he
Is
do
this the
it?
stuff
I
that Brad
bet.
Pitt
I don't
He's
doubt
such a big
If
celebrity.
the
Oh
bill,
my
let's say
God.
the bill was like 136 cents, $100.36. I would have given and
Wait
Why
a
are we
minute.
doing
Why?
that?
Sorry,
Why?
I don't know if that was a bad
Why?
example.
Why
I'm
couldn't it
saying
just be
it's $136.
$100?
Why?
It's straight
Let me
$100.
finish. So
$100,
let's say
36
I meant the
cents.
tip. Let's say the tip was 20% of the bill, right? So let's say the tip is like $30.40. I would tip $34. that would be my extra.
Your math really confused me.
So let's say
I don't know what
20%. If this is 18, 20, 20%, 20% is $34.30. That's 20% of whatever you're right. That's what it says. I would just round up to 34.
Okay.
So technically, he's getting like 20.5%.
Okay.
There you go.
So
don't know why
unless the
Sky's
guy,
so good.
unless the guy's going hot Tua, that's the only way to get a hot fat tip.
That
out
was
of
a
you?
great night. I got the guy was hysterical. We got a big
Hysterical.
dessert. We had
Oh,
we
a
had
big dessert.
wild, crazy sex that night.
Okay, but he didn't know that.
yeah,
And
you
and
didn't
were you
tip-
thinking
You
about
don't
him
think
during
you
the
don't think
sex?
you don't think Israel had anything to do with
I don't
that?
think so. Maybe.
He set the scene.
Yeah,
There was definitely
Israel
some
set
hot
the
Tuas
scene.
going on that night, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're not
Oh,
fist bumping.
dog.
Can you stop saying that? It's
part of the thing.
And you sound just like her.
Yeah, I perfected it.
You have. We've been working on that.
So then I think okay. I know Thor doesn't give a shit. He's gonna do
care
whatever.
less.
Yeah.
Sky is gonna go over the top,
Well, she's
Way
ridiculous.
over
right?
top.
Because she's crazy.
She leaves a
about
50%
all that
tip.
stuff. I don't know. Where would you go?
So in that exact scenario,
Maybe your daughter got a free drink.
Yeah,
Although she would have had to ask a question, which I don't know.
Oh,
that
God.
would have happened.
No. So I would, just like you, I'd see, okay, the top line is 22%, so I'm going to go above
You're
that.
gonna times that by 1,000,
I'll like,
and then you're gonna.
okay, shut up. I'll probably,
Here's the keys to my car.
I'll
Good day, sir.
okay, can you shut up? I'll probably throw like an extra $5 on top of that.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
So you're going to go 22%
Yeah.
and add an additional $5.
Probably.
So that's probably what, like 24%, somewhere
Yeah.
around there?
probably. Yeah, there was this one
I definitely
time
over-tipped.
we went to,
Still can't get over
I
that.
had 25%.
Yeah,
My
what's-
wife was feeling it, and I knew she likes when I do that. It like turns her on
when you tip.
when I
What
tip
the
big.
hell is going on?
And so that's one of the reasons I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
one time we went to the Broken Yoke, and there's a bunch of P1s who work
Yeah.
at the one in PB, and I had a coupon.
Oh God.
Wait, so you can't use a coupon because P1s work there?
I felt
It's
weird about it. I
It's
felt-
their fucking coupon,
I felt
dude.
weird about it. I felt weird about
Okay.
it, and it was like you know, if you get 2 entrees, like legit, you got like $20 off. It was like a crazy
Okay.
fucking coupon, right?
It's great.
And so
I don't think they're going to judge you.
No.
But because it was a P1 and because I was getting $20 off, I basically tipped 100%. Like basically the bill ended up being like $30, so I
Sky.
tipped like $30. Because I'm like,
Sky.
well, I just got a free $20.
Well, you
this
tip
is
on
an
what
awesome.
the bill would have been without
yes,
the
because
coupon.
you could see they show you
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah, but this again, it's a P1. They're gonna be like, oh, Sky only comes in here for free fucking food. Like,
It's a
You're
coupon.
really-
They're not
They
hooking
know-
you up.
they
really
know you're not
overthinking
like
this.
that, too.
You're really overthinking
Well,
this.
also, it's a
Like,
coupon.
what? Like, I don't
so
understand.
you're dead on. Thor would do nothing different.
You're
I
all
would
over the top.
fucking over the top.
So the real question is, Emily,
Yeah.
what are you doing in this scenario?
I mean, usually I'm a pretty good tipper. I
Yeah.
always tip standard 20%. If it's
Same.
better, I'll do a little bit more. So I
Same.
think your 22% initially was a really nice thought. Now, here's the problem or the deal here. It kind of depends on if Mama's had any drinks.
Oh,
Oh,
so
so how does it depend? So yes.
A million percent
Maybe
yes.
not a
So a
drink.
million
Yes.
percent yes.
Yes.
Yeah. At dinner,
Of course.
Mama's gonna have to. Mama's had a couple.
And you're a mama.
I'm Mama.
You're
Yeah.
mama.
Mama's had
Okay.
a couple savvy bees.
Yes, we know.
And I get very generous after a couple cocktails.
Yeah, but
That
you
you
do that
do.
with anything.
That's
You start
right.
over an Uber Black.
I do.
You start
I
paying
do.
for
I do.
everybody.
You're crazy.
I do. I get crazy.
Yeah.
So in this instance, I would have assumed I had a couple glasses of wine. I probably would
didn't
have
factor this in.
I probably would have done 25%.
25%.
I probably would have, but I don't think there's anything wrong with your 22. Like with the highest thing that they give you as an option.
Yeah. I saw the highest option. That's
Yeah.
just what I immediately thought. And then I sort of regretted it afterwards. Like, should I have gone above the 22%?
No, you regret that forever.
See, I'm
wait,
not,
forever?
Forever.
there was no hawk to us.